With the complexity of our housing for our gearbox, it's going to require more than one manufacturing process. For our example, we're going to consider that it needs to be forged first to get the overall general shape, and then it needs some machining operations performed on it to get things like the tapped holes, the slots, and then the final diameters of this inner bore here and then this inner shaft diameter here. So in SOLIDWORKS, what we can do is we can make things called configurations. These are different versions of our part within one part file. This is advantageous because I don't really want two different parts. In the end, I'm going to have just one part, but I need different versions of it because I need to send different versions of the model to the different people who are going to manufacture this part, such as the people who are going to forge the part. They'll get a certain model and drawing, and the people who are going to machine the part, they'll get a certain model and drawing. So in SOLIDWORKS, I can make configurations. We can access the configuration manager near the feature manager design tree. It's the third tab over, and we can see all of our configurations within our model already. Right now we only have one, and yours should say default, but I've renamed mine machines because this is going to be my machine shop model. If you want to rename yours right now, you can right click on that configuration, go to properties, and then enter machined into the configuration name, and then in the description say machine shop model. We also need to add a configuration for the forged model. So right click on the part name, it's at the very top of the configuration manager, and hit add configuration. For the configuration name, type forged, and then for the description, type model for foundry. Then you can say OK in the top left corner. Now what we want to do with our forged configuration active, and if yours is not active, you can just double click on it, or you can right click and say show configuration. But with the forged configuration active, we can go back to the feature manager and then suppress certain features that are going to be added during the machining operation. All of our holes in slots, those can't be forged to the precision that we need, and the tapped holes definitely can't be added at the forged level. So we need to suppress those. Go over to the 1/4 tapped hole, right click, and then hit the suppress icon, which is in the quick access toolbar. Notice that the 1/4 tapped hole gets grayed out, and not only that is grayed out, but the circular pattern and the mirror feature are also grayed out. Those are suppressed along with the 1/4 tapped hole because those are child features to the 1/4 tapped hole. To make a little more sense of that, the circular pattern and the mirror cannot physically exist without the 1/4 tapped hole. So these are children of the 1/4 tapped hole. If you want to see the parent-child relationships between the different features in your feature manager design tree, like I'm showing right now with these blue and purple arrows, you can go up to the top where it says the part name, and you can select the dynamic reference visualization parent and the dynamic reference visualization child icons in the quick access toolbar. You want these to be depressed. That way, whenever you select a feature, it will show the parents to that feature in blue and the children to that feature in purple. Now we also need to suppress the number 632 tapped hole. So let's right click on that and then go to the suppress icon. And then finally the cut extrude for the slot. And for the slot, notice that it had child features. The linear pattern was a child feature to the slot, and then the mirror feature was a child feature to the linear pattern. So this is now what our forged model looks like. And then I'll go back to the configuration manager and make the machined configuration active so that you can see the difference clearly. In the next video, we'll change some dimensions specifically for the forged configuration.